Alien's Guide to Being an Earthling, a podcast with me, Dr. Khushboo. A consciousness based guide to creating the life and living you know should be possible with, for, and on planet Earth. Welcome, everybody, to Alien's Guide to Being an Earthling, a podcast with me, Dr. Khushboo. And today I have another brilliant alien guest with me, Amanda Anderson from
Hello.
Sweden. Now, uh, to give you a little introduction, as with all of the people that have come on my podcast, this is another multi-faceted, um, cannot just do one thing alien. She is obviously an access consciousness facilitator, a joy of business specialty facilitator. She works extensively with access in terms of hosting and different things. And which I find extremely interesting is she is a super talented photographer. Like really good, genuine, like not just, oh, I have a camera and I take pictures. No, she's good. Uh, so
Thank you.
so I'm so happy to have her here. Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's such an
Yeah,
honor being here. And I love the topic of this podcast. It's such a good title. Makes me laugh. And I'm like,
yeah.
yep, we can
I was
speak
like,
about that.
yeah, I used to like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. So I
Hmm.
used to really, and then anyway, so it's a little bit like a ripoff from that. But anyway,
Love it.
so okay, so as with all the guests, I actually like to begin like right at the start. So tell me, Amanda, growing up different. I know you're different. Um, so growing up, what was going on as your childhood? Where did you grow up? What was going on?
Wow. Well, I grew up in Sweden, which is a very interesting country in many ways. It's amazing in many ways, but it's also people are very conformed. Like it's very much, you're supposed to fit in. We even have a word in the Swedish language, which is lagom, which literally means right in the middle. Not too much, not too little. You're supposed to be
Oh,
right in the middle. I think we're the only language in the world that has an
word
actual
for
word
that.
for that. So that's kind of the
Oh,
framing
interesting.
of
Yeah.
when I grew up. And with that said, I also had very humanoid alien parents
Yeah.
and a big brother that were all very humanoid, very different.
You know,
Um,
I know your brother. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And I'm lucky enough, and I'm so blessed that I actually grew up in a family and had parents that supported me, in being different.
Yeah.
So it was a bit of an interesting, duality, I want to say, that in our, bubble of our family, everything was allowed. Like me and my brother was very much like supported, and they
Yeah.
they never tried to make us normal. They were like, you
Can you
are
give me
obviously
examples? Like, what were you allowed to do that, us, you know?
Well, one just very pragmatic example is I had a lot of issues with eating, like when I was really little, like when I was two, everything I ate, I had a strong reaction to. So I always
Yeah.
had like a tummy ache and all of this. And, instead of like trying to force me to eat, my parents was basically like, okay, what can we do that will actually work, you know? And my dad was a chef at the time and made really, really good food. And especially his meatballs, were kind of famous for Swedish meatballs. And he made the best meatballs. He still do to this day. So he made lots and lots of meatballs and put them out on tiny little plates everywhere. Like they were all over the house. So that when I was running around playing, I was like, oh, a meatball. And I
And then
ate
you eat
it
it.
because
Yeah.
I didn't think about it.
Oh, I love that.
So like
Yeah.
little things like that, my parents were very willing to look at, okay, what can we do that works and that is different, that will actually be quite pragmatic, I want to say,
Yeah.
but also very creative in the way of like, okay, and then just generally we were always like, we could just do our own thing. Like I always dressed myself, they never cared about, like when I was 11 or something, I had like long blonde beautiful hair, down to my butt almost, and then all of a sudden I wanted to look like a boy basically, so I cut my hair like this short, and I started wearing like boys' clothes. And,
Yeah.
you know, when I started a new school, people actually thought that I was a boy. And my parents were like, okay, whatever. Like, if that's what you want to choose, then go for it, you know?
Oh, I love it.
So, yeah. So I had that, which I'm so grateful for, like that support to be me. And at the same time, being in Sweden still and being in that culture, of course, I was, you know, kind of affected by that as well. And there was a lot of also like wanting to fit in, also wanting to be normal. I remember when I was a teenager, I was living because my parents are divorced. So I was living with my mom. And when I was like 15, you know, I started to party, I started to go out and meet boys and all of that. And I literally asked my mom, I was like, Mom, can't you just like be like every other parent and just tell me when I need to be home? And my mom just looked at me confused, like, why would I do that? Like, I don't see the point. You take care of yourself. I trust you, you know, and just call me if you need me. That was her point of view, you know?
Beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, different in that way. And I was kind of like, okay, I am different and I know that I'm different. I know that my family is different. And I also kind of want to be a little bit normal because I wanted to
Yeah.
be like my friends. And so yeah, it was a little bit of that going on growing
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. And I love it. And thank you for sharing all these stories because I know it's very practical for a lot of people, a lot of parents, especially that may be watching this. Oh,
Yeah.
cool. So then what? So what is it that led you to finding access? Like, how was your first bar session, or how did
Yeah,
it?
that was
Yeah.
actually through my mom. So my mom found access. My mom, funny little story, she actually attended the very first foundation class that Simone Millis has ever facilitated.
Oh, beautiful.
So this is like many, many years ago,
Yeah.
20 plus years ago. That
Wow.
she did in Stockholm, in Sweden, actually, which is such a random thing that Simone from
Yeah.
Australia went to Stockholm. I'm
And
wondering
like,
if it was
and
actually my mom that was like pulling her
pulling her.
in.
I'm sure. And this was like 20,
Yeah.
25 years back, right?
Yeah.
When it's not even as available as it's now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So then my mom facilitated one bars class ever. That was the one and only bars class she ever facilitated. And both me and my brother was there. And that was back in 2007. So that's almost 20 years ago.
Wow.
So I was 18, 19 at the time,
Yeah,
something like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
I'm like, how old am I? Oh, 18, something like that. But then, you know, after that, it took quite a while until I really got into it. So I did my first class with Dr. Dane in 2013.
yeah,
So there was a few years there in between where I was like,
yeah,
I kind of want to, but I'm also like, meh, that's so weird. I don't want to do what my mom is doing. You know, I had,
yeah.
again, that kind of duality thing going on. And, you know, I had my own stuff going on and I was
What was your
partying
own
quite a lot.
stuff? Okay.
Yeah. Well, I was partying quite a lot. I was in a relationship that, you know, wasn't very fun. I was quite
Yeah,
depressed. I was just like, whatever. It's, you know, life was like, in my point of view, life was fine. I was like,
yeah,
I don't really have any problems. It's fine. But I was so fucking bored.
yeah.
Like I can
Yeah.
see that now that I was actually just bored, you know? So I just basically I partied a lot and I was not very kind to myself and to my body there for a few years. But it was all part of the process, you know.
Yeah.
I had to go through that to also learn, and you know, as we all do. So then, yeah, in 2013, my mom was like, "Hey, Dane is coming to Stockholm. He's doing a 1 day class, a 1 day being you class." It was just after his being you book had been released. So he did a bunch of these like 1 day being you classes
Yeah.
around in Europe. And she was like, if you want to, you know, my gift to you, like if you want to join me, you're welcome. And I was like, oh, fine. Okay. And then during that class, I got my bars run for probably the first time in years.
Yeah.
And I completely knocked out. I was just sleeping and snoring probably. And then my mom wakes me up. She like shakes me. She's like, Amanda, wake up. Dane wants you to get up on stage. So I got to
You were
actually get,
sleeping and he
yeah, I
was
was
calling her
complete, yeah,
to
yeah. Because since he knew my mom already, he was
Yeah.
like, hey, Nina, who is that? young lady that you're running bars. She's like, it's my daughter. So then I got up on stage and I received the
Yeah.
session, which, it just
Yeah.
blew apart everything. And honestly, after that, I had a couple of years of being quite uncomfortable
Yeah.
because it was like that session showed me something different. And then I wasn't really willing to choosing it. And, it
Yeah.
was, so then I did my first foundation class 2015.
Yeah.
And since then, I've been full on.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
love
it's
it.
been a bit of a meandering path, but it's been amazing, and it's every day. It's just wow.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know. Yeah. It's a meandering path. That's like, what is the whole conversation there? Um, Tell me about photography. So, how'd you get into it?
Hmm. I actually got into photography through my ex-husband. So I
Yeah.
was married to my ex-husband, obviously. Uh, that was a
Yes.
weird sentence. And he's a photographer. Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
brilliant photographer, really, really great photographer. So I started managing him actually, because I've always been quite into business and I've always enjoyed
Yeah.
that part of creation. So I started managing him and I started producing some of his shoots, and we did a lot of different things together. We also did a lot of productions for Access.
Yeah.
So a lot of videos and stuff like that. And then I was just learning a lot without really having, I didn't have as a target, I want to start taking pictures. It was
Yeah.
just, I just learned because I was around it so much. And he was also teaching workshops and stuff within
Yeah.
photography. And I was, of course, there a lot. So I learned a lot from him. But I never had the like target of becoming a photographer. But then there was actually a friend of mine that used to be in Access. He's not anymore. Back in 2017, no, 2019, 2018. Anyway, somewhere around there. He called me and he was like, we're both going to be like at the same place next week. And I would like some pictures taken. I think you should take them. And I was
Huh.
like, I think you're confused. It's my husband that is the photographer, not
I don't
me.
do
What do
it.
you mean? He's like, yeah, whatever. I know. Just do it. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, fine. But it had that energy to it. Like we talk so much about following the likeness and following what makes you excited and also maybe slightly like, that's a bit
Yeah.
scary. But
I
yeah, so
love
I did,
that.
and it was actually at the castle in Italy, the Castello de Castel Bordone. So it was like such a horrible place to do a photo session.
It's
So
not,
we
she's
just
being
played around.
sarcastic
Yeah,
anyways.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay. And he was like, and I really want to pay you. I was like, sure, you can pay me, but if the pictures turn out really bad, I will give you your money back.
Yeah.
So we just had so much fun, and it was like no pressure. It was just like, okay, let's just see what happens.
Yeah.
And then it actually turned out really great. I had so much fun. And I did like 3 or 4 other shoots during that week that I was there, because more and more people were like, what are you doing? So yeah, that's kind of how I started, and then has evolved since then. And I do a lot of photo sessions, like portrait sessions, and I take a lot of class pictures, like in class in a
Yeah.
lot of big access classes. You can
Yeah.
see me running around with my camera, never sitting
Yeah.
still, basically.
A lot of those beautiful pictures you see on Access Instagram is
Yeah,
Amanda.
thank you. So yeah, it's amazing. It's really one of those things that is, we talk a lot about in Joy of Business as well,
Yeah.
and in those classes of how the things that you don't even see that you're good at, those are usually the things that you are really good at. But for me, and I've struggled with this for years, I've finally now, at least a little bit more, I am now like actually acknowledging that, oh, I'm actually quite good at this. But for the longest time, I was like, what do you guys mean? You just literally pick up the camera and press the shutter. Like it's not like,
Yeah.
what? How can I ever, charge for this? Like it was
Yeah.
so, but that's so interesting because very often those things that we have so much ease with, we don't
Yeah.
actually value it. But those are usually the things that we are so good at and that we can
Yeah.
actually make a lot of money from if we're willing to, go there.
Yeah. I love it. So, so many like nuggets of information and wisdom and in what she's saying and how to choose, like what to do. First of all, fun. Like, is it fun for you? I think it's so important. Like, if you're already bored about it, like, or with it,
Mhm.
you're probably not going to, make as much money as you could if you
Yeah,
were having fun.
totally.
Yeah.
And we're so sold the lie that it has to be hard work and that we have
Yeah.
to like, if it's easy and it's fun, then it's not, how could you ever make money from it? But what if it's actually the opposite? Like, what
Yeah.
if we could allow ourselves to actually make money and create based on what brings us joy, not
Yeah.
what makes us fucking sweat, you know?
Yeah. And as you're talking, it comes like what's apparent to me at least is this energy of needlessness. Like you were like, are you sure you want me to take your pictures? It wasn't like, no, you should hire me, blah, blah. There was like a needlessness in that moment, at least.
Yeah.
Can you speak a little bit more about that, if that is,
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. And I think, that's how I started working with access consciousness as well. Like I actually, my first job in access consciousness was in the stream team. So I
yeah,
was standing also working with cameras, but in a different way. And that also came from, I was attending a class in London and a friend of mine was in the stream team, Swedish friend of mine. And she was just like, hey, Amanda, come. Like in
yeah,
the middle of the class, she's like, come and can you take over for 5 minutes? I have to go pee. And I was
yeah,
like, what do you mean? I don't know how to operate this thing. She's like, you'll be fine. You'll figure it out. And I was like, oh, okay. And then after like 2 minutes, I was like, oh my God, this is actually both really fun and really easy. And of
yeah.
course, my friend knew that already. She was just tricking me into it, which I'm now very grateful for.
Wow.
Um, but yeah, I mean, in my experience, all the things that I have done and created in my life so far and worked with and made money from,
Yeah,
and that I've had joy with are things that I have it just quote unquote happened. I was like, oh, how did I end up here? Like, but I
exactly.
think that really is that, like,
Yeah,
when it doesn't have to come from needs or
yeah,
push or force or hard work or expectation or
yeah,
any of that, then we can allow ourselves to just play. And really,
exactly.
when we play, and that's when different possibilities can also show up. That we're like, oh, I had no idea, like literally. And afterwards, you can see, that led to that, that led to that, that led to that, and now I'm here. And now what? Like, what else is possible from here? Which is like such a big part of access as well, is to continuously ask questions, right? And
Yeah.
to keep, and that's another thing, like coming back to growing up in Sweden, like you're not supposed to ask for more. You're not supposed to be greedy. You're supposed to be
Mm.
happy with what you have. I mean, I know that that's not only in Sweden. uh,
Yeah, I mean,
but but so like for
yeah,
me, that's one of the biggest things that I have learned, quote unquote, from access, or that I have given myself permission to always ask for more
yeah.
and to continuously be like, wow, this is awesome. And what else is
And what else
possible?
is possible? And it's not from need, it's not from
Exactly.
that greed where people tend to ask. Like,
Exactly.
oh,
Yeah.
looking, yeah,
If it comes from that needlessness and gratitude, like
then,
they can be like,
yeah,
oh my God, I am so grateful for
yeah,
everything that has shown up so far. And what
yeah.
else?
Oh, wow.
Different, very
Exactly.
different.
I love it. And so different. Um, Going back, we say that it's when you ask certain questions and things show up. So, is it in your awareness now? Like, what were you asking for when you just said, like, things just showed up? Like, can you actually go back and look at, like, what did you ask for? Do you sort of have a memory or like an awareness of it?
Yeah, kind of. And it's more
Yeah,
energetic than it
yeah,
is like cognitive. But
yeah,
that session that I received from Dane back in 2013
yes.
was it just blasted open. It was almost as if I had gone like this my whole life, and kind of like had these, whatever it's called, that you put on
Blinders.
horses,
Yeah,
blinders,
yeah,
exactly. And then it was like, and I was like, whoa. And I remember very clearly having this like sensation and awareness of like, fuck, if this is what it is to be alive, I'm in, you know?
yeah,
Like, because before that I was like,
Yeah.
whatever. Life is fine. I
Yeah.
guess being alive is fine.
Yeah.
I don't want to die. Like it wasn't that bad, but I was also not super excited about living.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that it opened up a space where I was like, I got a demand in my world. It was really this like, if if it's not this, if
Yeah.
whatever it is that I'm choosing, a job, a relationship, or whatever, if it doesn't feel quote unquote like this, then
Yeah.
I'm what's the point?
Yeah.
So
Feel
yeah,
feel
big,
expensive, feel
yeah,
big, feel
yeah.
light, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And this is
And it was
something, yeah.
the beautiful thing that I also just want to highlight with that is that it wasn't as if Dane like plopped that into my world. He
Yeah.
actually pulled it out of me. Like it was already there. Like that awareness of that sensation of being alive, that energy was already here, you know? Because I think sometimes we tend to think that, like, oh, I was gifted this da da
Yeah.
da, or someone like taught me. But in my experience, both for myself, but also with facilitating, it's more about like, what can I pull out of you that is like, it's already there. So
Oh,
it was as if I was allowed, quote unquote, to access it. And then from that moment, and again, it's been a meandering path. It's not as if it's only been
yeah.
like, shoo.
Oh,
I've had
but
my
I
ups and downs,
love
but
what you say and how you said about how Dane contributed. So just a little note out there. Dr. Dane here is the co-founder of Access Consciousness, which is what we've been talking about, and he's absolutely like brilliant at what he does, which is what she's put so succinctly and so beautifully. Because the references that we have, especially in India, is
you know,
they're your guru or they're like your source and they did something for you and therefore I'm like this. Yes, they did contribute, but not how you think that they did. It's not like telling you what to do. It's more like, this is
mm,
who you are. This is in you. Here, do you see it now?
yeah,
And now
yeah,
what can you do with it?
yeah. And
Um,
that's just the most beautiful gift.
yeah,
Like I am, wow, so grateful for that. And yeah, like I guess that's been my ask, and that is my continuous ask and demand of myself of like, fuck, I'm here. Life is short, at least like in this body. Let's
yeah.
go. Like that demand of it has
Uh,
to it has to be amazing. Otherwise, why would I choose it?
I love it. And you know why I love it even more is because you know how Joy of Business has this calendar that they gift and you sync it with your calendar and then you get
Yeah.
like a notification every day. So today's notification. So I get the notification for tomorrow. Like
Oh,
every
really?
day, every
Such a
day I
futurist.
every day I get a notification for tomorrow. But it actually says it's now I'm paraphrasing it, but it actually says once you make the demand, that's when the the process of creation begins. It's when you
Mm,
make the demand. Do you want to
yeah.
talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah. I think we talk a lot about ask and you shall receive, which is beautiful. And I love that energy when it comes to like how you communicate with the universe and with consciousness, and the earth. And like it's this soft kind of like, what will it take? Like, hey, earth, what could you contribute to me in my body? Or, that
Yeah,
softness in those questions, in the asking. But for me, the demand is more what I be with myself because
yeah.
I know that I need to get quite intense with myself sometimes, which is actually,
I get it.
not what you think that it is. Like, and that's another thing that I'm so grateful for with Dane and also Gary, the founder of Access, of like how they're willing to just be that energy of like, fucking, come
Yeah.
on, what are you doing? What are you
Yeah.
choosing? What would you like to choose? Like, what are you creating? Because I think for me, again, that whole Swedish background, that culture, you're like, da, 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 you're supposed to be lagom and like somewhere in
Yeah.
between, not too much, not too little. So having that demand of yourself of like, yeah, creating more, creating bigger, creating greater in whatever way that looks like for you, because we're all different. like, we also have so many stories and so many just twisted ways of looking at what that should be. A bigger life should be more money and more
Yeah.
success and fucking followers on Instagram, whatever.
Yeah.
For me, like the demand that I have of myself is mainly like, how kind can I be to me?
Yeah.
Like, what would life be like if I was actually kind to myself and my body? And
Yeah.
that's when I can get really intense with myself, when I notice myself slipping into being unkind to me or judging my body or like, doubting myself or being like, oh, yeah, sure, that photo shoot was great, but it could have been better. Those are the moments where
Yeah.
I need to step into that demand energy of like, Amanda, stop it. Like,
Yeah.
that's not okay. I don't get to do that to myself because I would never say that or do that or be that energy with someone that I care about. So
Yeah.
why would I with myself,
Yeah. Wow.
Hmm.
Thank you. Just you gave me, I thought you gave me a whole new sort of awareness of what demand I can be with myself.
Yeah, yeah,
And
because we think
yeah,
that it's like, oh, I'm gonna push myself to doing more. I'm gonna, force myself into, I'm gonna work out 10 times a week. It's like that's not demand.
yeah,
That's force and push. Demand can be really soft, and it can come from a soft, sweet space of like, no, I am not gonna judge myself.
yeah.
That's
I
just
love
not
that.
acceptable to me.
Demand can come from a soft, sweet space.
Yeah.
Just so you know. Ah, wow, I love
Mm,
it. Thank you so much. This has been so great.
thank you.
Oh, I'm like space as soon as you said this. Now, is there anything else you'd like to add before?
Hmm. I just I think it's so, like, again, I've been using these tools diligently for the last, yeah, many years, but especially the last 12 years.
Yeah.
So like, and if someone would like have a recap of those 12 years, it looks like this.
Mhm.
It's been up, it's been down. I've been fucking way down. I've gone through stuff. I've made very interesting choices.
Yeah.
Because I think sometimes when you listen to a conversation like this, it's like, oh, easy for you to say, or
Yeah.
like, or whatever. Or
Yeah.
it's easy to go to, oh, but you don't know my story. So you don't know why I can't, et cetera, which is completely understandable that
Yeah.
that's where we go to. I did as well in the
Yeah.
beginning, and I still do sometimes. So I just really want to like highlight and underline, we all have our journey. And the most beautiful demand I think that you can have with yourself is like, no matter what happens, I'm still not going to judge myself.
Yeah.
Even if I made a really quote unquote stupid choice,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, cool. What's right about this?
Wow.
Like, what if that's the demand that we can all have as an ongoing adventure? Because you're
Yeah.
never going to be done. You're never going to get to a place where you're like, okay, I'm done now. I'm
Yeah.
like complete and I'm 100% conscious and whatever. Like, that's never going to happen. Thank
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah.
You
Otherwise, you'll be
know,
bored. And then you judge
exactly.
yourself, and then you'd start
Exactly.
all over again.
Exactly. So, and that's why I love the definition that we have of consciousness,
Yeah.
where everything exists and nothing is judged.
Yeah.
What if you can be that with you, with yourself, everything that you are, because you are everything.
Yeah.
Everything gets to exist and nothing has to be judged.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I
Hmm.
mean, I've heard this. I mean, I've been doing access for so long. I've heard these things. I say, I mean, I be more for myself more than I've ever been before in my life. And yet
Hmm.
again, more I listen to you, more I'm like, oh, there's an even greater demand of kindness to myself that I can ask for.
Yeah,
Um,
there's always more, always more.
because aliens can really judge themselves.
Indeed.
And there's a whole different way to be.
Hmm.
Beautiful.
But also with that, it's like I so often hear people say, oh, but it's so easy for me to judge myself. But what if it's actually even easier not to? Like,
I
how
love
much
it.
have we
Yeah.
also decided that, oh, it's so easy to judge? Yeah, but what if it's actually way more easy and way more
Not,
congruent with you as a being to not judge?
not judge.
No.
I agree. Wow. Thank you so much, Amanda. This was beautiful.
Thank
And
you.
would you like to give us a quick, rundown of what you have coming up? Like, what classes do you have? What's going on?
Sure. Yeah, I have at the moment I only have two classes on my schedule, which is two foundation classes. One
Nice.
here in Mallorca in Spain, where I live, actually next weekend already, and then one in Latvia in
Ah,
September. But
I
I
was just
will
in
very soon.
Latvia,
Oh
but
yeah?
just for the day, and then
I've never been. I'm so excited to go.
it's pretty.
Yeah. And then I will very soon get some more Joy Business classes up on my schedule as well.
Beautiful. The Access Foundation class for everybody out there comes after your first class, which is Access Bars. And the foundation class is basically a washing machine class, like where where
Yes.
you're basically changing the foundation of your life as is today, so that something different can truly show up. Um,
Amazing
Thank you.
class.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Beautiful class. Thank you so much, Amanda. This was
Thank
brilliant.
you.
And
Thank you.
thank you everybody out there for listening to this. Stay tuned for more. We have so many more guests coming up, and I'm sure I'm going to invite Amanda back in the future. What else is possible? Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye. Thank you for listening to today's episode. To know more, check out my website www.the-earthlings.com. To know more about Access Consciousness, go to www.accessconsciousness.com. If this contributed to you, do share and invite more listeners. And don't forget to subscribe. See you on the next episode.